It is that time of year again when officer elections are happening in PTO and PTA land, and know the frame and are excited to get started. But I'm guessing if you're watching this, you are a new leader and you are wondering what the heck you've gotten yourself into. So in today's video, we are going to talk all about what to expect as a new leader and kind of what to do in those first steps to get going. First, I really want to acknowledge that it's totally normal and to be expected that you might be feeling a little overwhelmed. Maybe it hasn't hit you yet. Maybe it hit you before this moment and you've been dealing with it for a while. But I just want to acknowledge the fact that it's totally normal to feel overwhelmed. There is a lot new to you at this point. And it doesn't matter if you've been involved as a PTO leader for a while. And so you kind of know the ropes generally, but you're maybe stepping into a new role, or maybe you're brand new and you've just made the very brave and very wise decision to step up as a PTO leader to serve your school community. So it is totally normal because there's a lot new to you at this very point. Every time I take on a new role, it's always a challenge to kind of rein those feelings of overwhelm in, because I personally have big plans and want to do a lot of great things for my school community. And I also want to look good while I'm doing it, because come on, who doesn't want, you want to look like you're competent and confident and know what you're doing. So just know that if you are having any feelings of doubt, totally normal. So just want to acknowledge that right off the bat. I also want to caution you to remember that we are not moving mountains here. We are doing great and wonderful things for our school community, but it is not like so huge. It is and it isn't at the same time, if that makes any sense to you whatsoever. Just want to help you keep things in perspective, that it is a very big deal what you are doing as a PTO leader, but at the same time, it isn't. Like there are much bigger things in the world. We're not solving world peace or anything like that. We're just trying to inject some more fun, make for a more stable learning environment, do fun things for the kids, treat the staff and teachers with some love for all they do for our school community. And I could keep going on and listing all the great things that we do as PTO and PTA leaders. You get the idea. Just know that you should definitely be relaxing and enjoying your time as much as possible. Really, that's my hope for you. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time as a PTO leader. This is my 14th year of being involved, and that is a very long time to be involved. So I've seen a lot, done a lot, learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes, but had plenty of successes along the way too. So know that that is possible for you. Okay, the next kind of not so great thing I want to prepare you for, because this will happen at some point. Know that, one, I've already talked about how awesome you are. If I haven't been clear enough, that I think you are completely awesome for stepping up in this capacity to serve your school community. But know that not everybody is going to see your awesomeness. Not everyone is going to acknowledge your awesomeness. And so just be prepared for that, because you're going to come across someone who doesn't like you. And I got to say, it is them. It is not you. It is totally them, because you are awesome. I've already told you that. But I want you to just remember that even though not everybody likes you, that's just always going to be the case. Like you cannot please everyone. You are not wine, pizza, or chocolate. So you cannot please everyone. All right. So the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to get organized, because this is going to really make your life so much easier as a PTO leader if you have what you need right at your fingertips. So I have a copy right here of the Treasurer's Binder that I do offer in my shop, and it has everything you need. And I put everything in page projectors here because I'm like putting it together to make it all pretty, but it has everything you need to stay organized. I have a binder kit for every single position, because I believe that we all need binders, because it is great to have the information that you need to know right at your fingertips. I am old school, and so I do like things in both paper, and I have embraced the new digital land. So all of these forms are available digitally, but I do like to have a hard copy, because sometimes my brain is thinking a little different ways. And so I need to see things in different formats in order to like actually get it and for it to like sink in. So if you are the same way, then I encourage you to get your stuff organized, however it works best for you. The nice thing about the binder kits that I offer in my shop is that the work has been done for you so that you have the structure already there and you just fill it in with your own customizations for whatever is particular to your specific group. So, but it works universally. It doesn't matter if you're PTO, PTA, PTC, CSA, Homeschool Association, I guess that'd be HSA, whatever, you get the idea. It doesn't matter the name of your parent organization group. These binder kits will work for you. So definitely want you to get organized, and I want you to do it sooner rather than later so that you have all of your ducks in a row. For me, the process of getting organization really helps me set goals for myself and sets what do I want to do? What are the possibilities? And so it gets those wheels turning when I look through the materials that I've gotten from the previous officer, or in the instances that I've not really gotten anything and the position is essentially mine to figure out what I want to do, then the process of getting organized and putting together materials so that I have everything in one place really helps to solidify that game plan for me. So I'm guessing it will do the same for you. So I encourage you to get organized earlier rather than later so that you can think about it, not all the time, but just kind of have it simmering. I think it's good to be simmering about PTO stuff and about a role. If you're a fundraising chair, it's a great idea to get thinking about what kind of fundraisers you want to do in the fall and get prepared for that, because great fundraisers, you just can't pull them out of your booty. You gotta do the prep work in advance to really have them be fantastic. You might find success if you pull it out of your booty, but you will find far more success if you have things planned and have an overall scheme that you're working towards. Promise you that. I've done it both ways, and I'll tell you, it's always better to have it planned out. The next thing that you should expect is that you are totally going to need a support system in this next year. It doesn't kind of really matter what your role is. If you are president of your group, you're going to probably need more support than if you're the corresponding secretary, just because the job responsibilities of the president are just so much more involved than the corresponding secretary. Identify who can help you in your life. If you do not have a built-in support network, then I actually have one to suggest to you. It is in the form of the PTO Superstar Leaders Facebook group. It's totally free. There'll be a link in the description to join if you are not yet a member, so definitely go check that out. There are, I think, around 8,000 members in there right now, so you will get 8,000. That's a lot of people to all be in one place who are just loving all things PTO, PTA. That to me is incredible. And this group I want to give a shout out to because there is no drama in this group. People are excessively supportive, nice, and knowledgeable. And so if you're not yet part of our wonderful community, please come join us. The next thing that you really need as a new PTO leader is some boundaries. Girl, I do not want you to be at school all the time. I do not want you to be eating, drinking, dreaming, thinking at all times of all things PTO. You need to have some boundaries to keep yourself sane. And so this is so tempting to kind of let the boundaries get pushed. When I first started as a PTO leader, I was not really good with the boundaries. I was at the elementary school all the stinking time because they needed all the kinds of help, right? There were teachers who needed things copied and, could we help with the first day of school backpack tags to make sure the kids all got to the right place. When the kids are younger, there's a lot of need for hands-on in-person help. And as the kids get older, the teachers kind of want less help, certainly in the classroom, and there's not as much to do because, of course, the kids are able to do more for themselves. It is especially important if you are an elementary or an either lower elementary or upper elementary PTO leader that you definitely have those boundaries. Same for the high school, because there are some things, actually any level, you can get a little more wrapped up than is perhaps good for yourself. So I want you to just recognize that you're not totally leaving your laundry get totally piled up so that it is a nightmare for you to deal with because you were dealing with PTO stuff. Find a way to get that laundry done so that you can not, that is my personal pet peeve when I am out of clothes to wear to my bar 3 workouts. That irks me. So I have a set and schedule to make sure that it kind of hopefully doesn't happen. I do laundry twice a week because that's just what works for me, especially because since now the kids are doing their own laundry. But I digress. Find a system like that that's going to work for you so that you have those boundaries in place so that you can stay sane. I hope this video has been really helpful for you as a new PTO leader to know what to expect. I've talked about some of the good stuff. You know what? I'm going to add another thing before we wrap up, because I didn't talk about like all of the side benefits. Like as a PTO leader, you're going to be surprised by the impact of your contributions to the group and to the school. Like it might not be apparent right away, but you're going to be surprised. I know I've been pleasantly surprised throughout the years, and I guess that's what keeps me going. It's the relationships that I've formed with other parents. It is the relationships that I've formed with the teachers, the administrators, like the superintendent. Legit, when she drives down my street to go to work, if I am out in the front gardening in the summer, she will stop and we will chit chat with the superintendent. Like that is to me crazy, but we just have that kind of relationship that we've developed throughout the years because she knows that I am an involved parent and that I have ideas all the time because I am one that if I see a problem, I am not one to complain about it without offering a solution. But I guess I had talked about some of the negative things that can come along with what you should expect, but also definitely expect the positive. Like there are good things. Like kids will think, especially if you have younger kids, they're going to think you work at the school, which might be an indication that you need to set firmer boundaries. But also can make you feel really good because they notice you and they see you as part of their community, part of their school world. So that's also quite lovely. So anyways, I hope that this has been super helpful for you. And if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. So until next time, you take care. Want even more guidance on how to be a stronger leader so you can run a better PTO or PTA? All of these resources and more are waiting for you at PTOanswers.com.